Welcome back to Vanircreations tutorials. This week we're going to be making this pentagram suncatcher. The link for this suncatcher kit will be down below. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to do is get our wire, and I'm going to cut 20 centimeters. Then we're going to get two of our, what a good idea is before you start actually making your pentagram is actually making the shape, because then you'll know, kind of like sometimes some sticks don't lie right with I can't explain it. Can you see how this one's like a bit curved? If you put like two curved ones together it can look a bit odd, so I just kind of like play around with it how I want it and what sticks I want where. I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, I'm going to go with these two first, and I'm going to start attaching these two together. So make sure, oh, here we go, the chaos has begun. So firstly I'm going to kind of like work out how I want my shape to look, because it can be a bit tricky. So I want them to sit like that. Well, I probably want that top one a bit. You can play around with it afterwards, can't you? But I like to have a good kind of like setup in the beginning. Anyway, so I've got my 20 centimeter wire, and I'm going to start wrapping it round. So I'm going to put it kind of behind like this, and then I'm going to wrap around and wrap around, and then when you've got your two little ends here, you're going to twist them together. I'm going to show you this a few times, don't worry. And I'm going to twist it like we do with our other kits, if you've ever done one before. This is what we do sometimes. We have lots of kits in our store, so if you'd like to look at different ones, the link will be down below from my website. So that is starting to feel a bit sturdy there. Now you're going to cut another 20 centimeter. 20 centimeter. There we go, another 20 centimeter, cut that off. This time we're going to wrap this way. So you're going to come through. Again, so fiddly this wire. Again, halfway, wrap, oh my god, fiddly fiddly, wrap once, oh my god, so fiddly, wrap twice. So now I'm going to twist them together again. This is the back. If you aren't using the kit, you could probably do this with thread as well. Just think it's a bit easier with. Oh yeah, I'm actually going to cut them little bits off the end there, because they don't quite match up. And then I'm going to just tuck that down. Now it's quite secure, that bit. So it's not going to fall apart. Now I'm going to add the next part of the triangle, because you're basically going to make a triangle first. Oh my god, I just can't seem to keep things in my hands today. So yeah, so that's gonna go like that. So I'm gonna start fixing on this side next. So again, I'm gonna show you again how I do it, because this is actually the first time I've made this. I've not pre-made it before. I've just thought I'm just gonna go with it and make it real time. So if anything goes wrong in this video, it's because I've not made it before. Right, so I'm kind of just gonna gauge where that's gonna lie. So I want it to lie about there. So it's gonna be like that. So I'm gonna get my wire, 20 centimeters again. I'm gonna drop it. Then I'm gonna pick it up again and I'm gonna put it round the back halfway. And then we're gonna wrap and wrap. And then again on this side, wrap and wrap. And then we need to, I'm just gonna again make sure that's lying in the right place before I twist it on. And then twist it on. Ugh. So I've wrapped it twice and then they come together here. And then I'm going to twist it on. So where the wires meet together, you twist them. Oh look, that's come a little loose. Now I'm gonna just tell you a little trick that you can do with this if you are struggling. If you have a glue gun, my recommendation would be to glue all these before you wrap them in wire. But if you don't have a glue gun, I'm just showing you that you don't need one. You do not need a glue gun, you can do it without a glue gun. But my advice would be, if you have one, just to put a tiny little dot on each side, and then it'll be kind of like something to hold it in place. But we're not doing that, we're going to do it the hard way, because that's what we do. You could probably even use maybe different kind of glue as well. I mean, I use my glue gun for pretty much everything. Anyway, another 20 centimetre wire there, and I'm gonna go this way now. The same corner, but we're going this way this time, just like we did last time. And I'm wrapping once, and I'm wrapping twice. Kind of wish I did glue mine on, but that wouldn't be fair on the people that don't have glue guns. Right, so, and then they've joined up together, there's not really much left there, but it will still twist. Right, and then another 20 centimetres there. Now we're doing the last corner, which now these are together, it should be a little bit easier, because obviously the shape's becoming more solid. So we're going to do our last corner. I'm going to cut that extra bit off. I'm really needing some new jewellery pliers at the minute, because mine are just so old. Right, next 20 centimetres. And then we're going to wrap that around this way. And then when I've done this, I'm going to do the exact same thing again with my next 3 sticks. There you go, there's your triangle. That is my triangle. And now I'm going to just play around with the way I want these 3 to go. See, that's where I'm going to have them like. I'm going to move that over there. So this is how the next shape's going to be. And I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did before, but I'm going to do this faster in time lapse. So you basically do that twice. Right, so you've got your 2 triangles, and now you're going to just have a play around with how you want them to sit. So sometimes different ways you put the pentagram can work better. I really like it there. So that is how I'm going to fix them together. Again, if you have got a glue gun, I would just put a dollop everywhere where the 2 triangles meet. So you just put 2 dollops there, 2 dollops there, and 2 dollops there if you have a glue gun. If you are like me and you are just gonna go for it, just get your next 20 centimeters of wire. And then we're going to tie these 2 side ones on first. Like I said, if you can do the glue, please do, because it is hard. Right, so we're just going to wrap, just as we did before, where the triangle meets. And then at the back, well, wrap it one more time there. Then at the back you're just going to twist. So much easier when you're not trying to show somebody on camera, so sometimes it can look quite hard the way I'm doing it. Don't make it look easy, do I? Right, so that's one side. Now we're going to do this side. Wrapping it on. I'm just going to twist. Now we're going to do these. I'll start with the top. 20 centimeters again. Cut your wire. It's really starting to become solid now. What was I doing then? Oh yeah, this top one. I'm going to go around this bit now. See, I didn't have enough wire there to wrap, so to twist, sorry, so I've just took one of the wraps off. Does that make sense? So I don't know if that makes sense. So I'd wrapped it too many times, so the wires I couldn't twist, so I'm just unwrapping one wrap. Unwrapping one wrap. Does that make sense? Oh. Very fiddly. Didn't actually realise how fiddly this would be before I started it. It is a little fiddly, but it's doable. Not sure why, but the camera went off then. So now we've fixed it there, and then the only other two places that are going to meet are here. As you can see here, there is a bit of a gap, but you can still put wire there. It's just going to be a bit gappy. There's another 20cm wire. I'm going to do this gappy one first. Look, gappy. It should still work. That's why it's good to lay it down first to make sure that's not going to happen quite as much. It's only happened at one side for me. But it's not really that bad, can you see? Now I'll put the wire on. The gap has gone. Right, where else? Done. Oh, there. This one. This place. Everywhere that the pentagram meets, you are just attaching together. Such a pretty shape to make. And then twist. Maybe I got your number. I'm just making sure that they are all looking as neat as possible now, so I'm just going back in and making sure that the wires don't look too scruffy. Pushing all down. That is my phone, I'm very sorry. Right, where are we? Where's the top? There. I think that's how I wanted mine, yes. There we go, that's the shape. On to the next bit. The first thing you want to do is get your metre of wire, 24 gauge, and then get your hoop. This is the 3-inch hoop. Then you get your wire, I'm just going to move these out of the way so you can see, and wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there's any extra wire there, it's a tiny bit, as you can see, you can cut that off. You can use pliers or scissors. Pliers are easier, but scissors work just as well, which I'll show you in this video using both. So then you're going to get firstly a little gold bead and thread it through your wire. and then we wrap round. So try and make sure that your bead is on the outer side of your hoop, and then wrap round once. Oh, I need to move that wire out of the way. Wrap round once and then twice. So you can see there that it's gone round twice. Then next, get your small clear bead, prism bead, thread that through. And you're going to wrap round once. Again, making sure your bead's on the outer side of the hoop. Once. Whoop. Twice. Sometimes it can be a bit fiddly. There you go again, twice. And then we're going to get our chip bead. What chip bead should I use? I'm really liking Mother of Pearl recently, so I'm going to use one of them. And then again, make sure it's on the outer side of the hoop. Wrap once. Wrap twice. And then get your next bead. I'm going to go for a small clear again. And wrap once. And wrap twice. Next, get another gold bead. And again, I'm going to show you slowly. Keep the gold bead on the outer side of the hoop and wrap it once, twice. Then you're going to carry on this pattern until you get halfway. So when you have repeated the pattern all the way around, you then need to wrap at the end 4 or 5 times and then cut off any excess. I've not got any excess, but you probably will because I put more in your kits. So 1, 2, I'm only managing to actually wrap that twice, which will stay perfectly fine, but in your kits I'm going to give you slightly more wire and you'll be able to wrap it about 4. If you have got a bit of a space, say like this, and it's not gone all the way to the end, you can push it together and it will form a full circle. In my circle I have done the pattern, so the gold, clear, chip and clear. I've done that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So you should be doing the pattern 9 times around. I will give you a few extra chips and beads in your kit. In your kit, you will get a metre of wire for each tumble stone that you get. So for the 3 hooped suncatcher, you'll get 2 of these, so you'll get 2 wires. And for the 5-piece suncatcher, the 5 hooped suncatcher, you'll get 3 tumble stones, so you'll get 3 1 metre lengths. And what I'm going to do is put that in half. And I'm going to cut it in half. Then I'm going to put them 2 in half again. This is 26 gauge wire. You could probably use 24 as well. Right, so now you've got 4 25 centimetre lengths in that wire. Take one and put it to the side. And then what you're going to do is put 3 of your wires together like this. And then get your spur wire and you're going to wrap. So can you see I've got a bit of length there? You're just going to wrap this side on first. So I'm going to wrap. Very fiddly. Take your time with it. And then you might be able to use your scissors there, if you've not got any pliers, to put that last bit down. If you have jewellery pliers, you can use that much neater. But if you take your time, you can do it with your fingers and some scissors. So you should have something now that looks like this. So one bit is wrapped on. And now we're going to carry on wrapping, so you've got a centimetre worth wrapped, so the wrapping part will be like a centimetre. So I'm going to get this long length here. Make sure these are straight. Like I said, it's fiddly, take your time. Keep wrapping. Now if you don't have a ruler, use your finger. So a finger's worth, I always say, is about a centimetre. Let me double check that actually. Am I right? Yeah, that is just over a centimetre. So now you're going to have to cut this excess off. You can use, I'm going to use scissors just to show that you can. Cut it as close as possible, so then you don't have as much to try and get down, you know, because the bit at the end there sticks up. You want to get that down. I've managed to do that with my fingers, so that's good. And now you should have something that looks like this. So now we're going to do another tricky part. I think everything about wrapping a tumble stone is quite tricky. So you're going to spread out your wires now each side. So you've got 3 on that side and 3 on that side. The first 2 you're going to take are these middle 2. So take them, bring them up together so they kind of go over your tumble stone. Some of your tumble stones will be square, some will be like a triangle shape like this, some will be round. Round ones will be quite hard to do, but like I always say, take your time. I've had them slip out a million times before, but eventually it will work. So now what we're going to do, sorry I'm doing it before I'm telling you, is get them 2 middle ones that we've just brought together and we're going to twist them. So, twist, you see? Twist. Keep twisting to about 2 centimetres worth, I'd say. About 2 fingers. And then I'm going to cut that off. Oh, like I said, very fiddly because it can still pop out at this stage. And then turn that in on itself, like so. If you have jewellery pliers, again, that will help a lot.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh, Alexa talking to me there. So it should look like that. Now what we're going to do is take one of these at the front here. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wrap it across. So you're going across the tumblestone and round that side. So if you're taking from this side, you're going round this side of the hoop. Let me show you. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Oh, doesn't want to go. There we go. And then wrap it once, twice, 3 times. And then I'm going to get this other one on the same side. I'll get rid of these two, they're in my way. They're on the opposite side, can you see? Them ones that I'm not using. Now I'm going to use this one. And we're going to go around that way this time, can you see? So taking the one from this side, and I'm going to go around that way. So we go around once, twice, 3 times. It's harder to do when you're showing it to a camera, so it is a bit tricky for me to do, but hopefully for you guys it's not as tricky. And I'm just going to cut them 2 lengths off now. And then use my fingers to put down any bits that are sticking up. Right, now the other side, we're doing the exact same thing. So I'm going to get this one here, this wire, and I'm going to go around that side. 1, 2, 3, done. Then I'm going to get this one and go around this side. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to cut these bits off. And I'm going to show you that I can use my fingers. And now you can sometimes play around with the wires so that they sit at different parts of the tumblestone, so then it's extra secure. But to be fair, I don't really need to do much because that is just really secure now. Yeah, your tumblestone is wrapped and that can go on your suncatcher now. Now you should have your tumblestone, your wrapped hoop and your star all done. Lots of wire in this kit. Now I'm going to get one of my split rings, I've been told these are called, not jump loops. I've been calling them double jump loops, but they're actually called split rings. But if you search from online, they are called jump loops as well sometimes. And I'm just going to add it to this little loop we've made on top of our tumblestone. Like so. And then I'm going to add another split ring to my hoop here. So you just open it up like that, so I literally just go, and then I put it through my hoop, so it's attached like that. Then this jump loop that's attached to your tumblestone, you're going to attach to this jump loop in the same way. And now you have a little dangly, pretty tumblestone thing. Now we're going to need to attach this to the centre of our, what's this called? It's a pentagram, isn't it? Right, and we'll need some chain. So everybody's pentagram will be slightly different because you can't 100% do these pentagram shapes the same. So I'll show you how many loops I have to the top, but if you feel like you need an extra loop or two, or to take a loop or two off, a link, sorry, not a loop, then you can do that. So I am just going to measure now. So the links, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 links I want, and I'm going to cut on the 12th link. So I can say goodbye to that. So now I've got my 11 linked chain. I'm going to cut a little bit more wire. Probably needs to be about, say, a good 10 centimetres. And I'm going to add it to my chain. Then I'm going to, where I want the top, what would you call that? The top point, the top point, I'm going to add it to this part of it. So I can't use a jump loop here because the jump loop would just wiggle everywhere. So this is why I'm using wire. So put it round the middle, and then we're just going to twist, as we always do. This kit is going to be like so much wire. Oh, all the wire. Then I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to pop that wire down. Then that chain is going to attach to the jump loop that's round your hoop, this one that I'm moving. That is going to go through the bottom link in your chain you've just attached to your pentagram. Ooh, it's starting to look cool. Look. Can't really show you because you're above, but yeah. It's starting to look very witchy and magical. So now I'm gonna get my chains with the charms on. These are going to be added to, oh god, the bottom. So firstly, going to one's going to be added kind of there. These two will be added like there. That'll be added in the middle. Yeah. So, should we get first our middle tier? So this is the large tier, and I'm going to add a jump loop to the top. I need to show you how to do that. So you've got to open it quite far. So push, and then push that through. Like so. And then your chain with your charms on, just add it to the loop on the end. And then do the same with these. Oh god, I thought it wasn't recording then. Add your jump loop to that, and then to a chain. Just adding that to the next chain. So I'm actually thinking now, before I add these on, I would rather have these two a bit longer. So I'm just going to take the chain back off. I can just loop that back off. Just goes to show that I make these in real time. There's no practice. I just do them. Just make what's in my head. Right, so now I've got 4 of these octagon prisms, and I'm just going to add jump loops to either side of my first one. Then I'm going to add that jump loop to the next octagon prism, and then another jump loop or split ring, because they're called split rings, I'm told. And then that is going to be added to my chain here. Oh, just realised I don't need that last jump loop on the end there. Take that off, because you can just add it to this one that's on here. So open up the jump loop on there and just put it through there like that, and then just thread it through like so. There, so that's better because I want that to be slightly longer than that one. And then do the same with this one. Right, so now the fun bit. Let's add them to our main shape. So we're going to need 10 centimetres cut 5 times of wire. Then this middle one, just pop the wire through the top loop, and then round the bottom point like so, and put it as tight as you can, and then twist. Then the next one, so we need to make sure that this is going to be the right lengths apart, so you might want to use a ruler to make sure that they're all the same, like widths apart. Like I said, you'll have a different piece of wood than me. So I'm going to add this one first to here. Then I'm gonna twist. I'm not gonna cut this off though. I'm just gonna twist it on and not cut it off because we don't know if it's gonna look right. Then I'm gonna very carefully, right, that's ready to be twisted onto there. I just need to make sure that the lengths look the same. Feel free to use a ruler if you want to. I like to do things by eye. And twist that on. Then get your next piece of wire. And add that to this point here. And twist. Again, we're not going to cut the excess off yet. Oh, Jesus. Don't break the prisms, Becky. So, I'm going to tie that on. Twist it on, sorry. We don't tie on, do we? We twist on. But I feel like that one needs to slightly come in a bit. Just a little bit. Right, and now we'll need like a top chain, so the rest of your chain that you have left, get another 10 centimetres of wire. Oh, not 10, sorry, 20 centimetres. Get 20 centimetres of wire. Pop it through your chain. Like I said, so much wire. And now we're going to tie it to, bring you in shot there, this top point, because that's going to hold it together. Then twist, twist, twist. Very fiddly because there's already wire on it. It's very fiddly. And I'm going to cut the excess wire off that one. And just push down the wire. Then I'm going to put a jump loop on the top of that. And the reason why I do that is so whatever you're attaching this to, you can make like a little loop around your curtain pole or whatever it is. You might have a hook in your ceiling that you're going to hang it to. So I might leave that full, but yeah, you can literally link that back through another link like that, and you'll make like a hoop. God, you couldn't see me then. You make like a hoop, yeah, so you can do that. Right, I'm going to hang this now, and then I'm going to cut these off because I'm going to show you that they're at the right, correct places. So now I know that these are sitting at a nice distance from each other. I'm going to cut off them excess pieces of wire. You are recording, aren't you? Yeah, thank God. And then I'm going to just tuck them in like we did before. There we go.